Well, all I can say is thank fuck for that. All the boxing's, well, I'll call it boxing. All the bracing's set up for the footing baskets. Just got to drop them down to the correct height. Tape up the bottom of the bolts and pour tomorrow is the plan. Five-foot deep holes. .184 by 84. 46-foot clear span openings. Of which I've made one truss and I'm currently doing truss 2. What do we work out? 12.7 metres at a 10-degree pitch. Each truss for a 25.2 metre inside to inside span. Fuck me though, this has taken 2 days to get this done, so I'm glad I decided to have it all done and ready and bolted in and levelled and ready to fucking go before I pour the concrete, because you'd never get them all done otherwise. Not 20 of the bloody things before the concrete was going off. You wouldn't have a hope in hell. So let the fun begin. So I thought I'd do a quick video on welding rods. Now, I've decided on stick welding up this shed as you get more bite in. And yes, it is actually raining outside for a change. You never stop learning, obviously, so I've been watching a lot of welding videos, and seems there's some fascination with Americans and their 70-18 rods. Well, thought I'd try some. First lot I tried were 70-16 E-Subs, and I've got to say they are magic. But after running out of the first packet, since they only come in pissy little packets, I thought I'd try the 70-18 CIG rods that I'd gotten. Now I've had them in the rod oven, and I've got to say they are the most horrible fucking things I have ever used, and they have already gone back in the box after 5 rods, and I will most likely never touch them again. So sorry to burst all the Americans out there's bubble, but they are disgusting bloody rods. They are impossible to start. They don't run very well. They blow holes like you wouldn't believe. And the weld they leave is pretty meh. That was with the 70-18s. Not entirely happy with it. Doesn't exactly bite in like a 70 16 does. So there seems to be a reason why Australians prefer 7016 TCs, twin core or twin coat flux rods. I eventually got jack of it and went back to, I opened a packet of WIAs, which is 16 TCs, and straight away back to beautiful starting rods. Even after you've done a weld and you've got to tap them on the ground to get the slag off to start the next weld, they are still easy to start. The glassy, bloody flux. Perfect welds. Just run incredibly smooth. Lovely bite in. Burns in nicely. Doesn't blow holes. There is nothing to dislike about them. So I've got to say, your 7018s, you can stick them where the sun doesn't shine, and there's a pretty damn good reason that they are virtually impossible to find in Australia, and it's the 7016s for us, and I fully understand why. Perhaps if the Americans could pull their heads out of their asses, they'd learn why too. Anyway, back to it. Oh God, down to the last truss. Already got the ends made, so they'll be easy to do. That one's not quite a 45, so we'll cut that later when I get the webbing welded in. So 4 jigs made up to hold the cords apart at the right spacing. Found out after the very first one, since it's only 3mm, that despite you think they're lined up straight, it's pretty easy to not have it lined up straight. So what I do, or what I have been doing, is string lining this one before I put the spacers back in, just to make sure there's no woof in it. Like I do have one that's got a woof that's got to be turned upside down and sat on some blocks and the loader bucket put on it for a day or so to try and flatten it out again, because it's a bit hard to find until you stand them up and after you've welded them all together. 36 of those bastard things, 12.7 something metres long. Since there's 18 trusses plus 4 4mm clear span ones. Bit of height about them. They come up to there on me. Made up first 3 of those because there's 3 different versions depending on where it's going, so that I could bolt the plates to and weld the centerpiece in, just so it oh pardon me, This is number 3 for the day as well. 3 yesterday, 2 the day before, 4 in the 2 days before that as well. So kind of been busy smashing them out. That pallet was full of these end plates plus cleats and whatnot. Also got some 1/2 inch ones made, which I have welded up here, and I'm using as templates for drilling the holes in the posts. And yes, that is the size of the post. Yeah, it's 400 UB beam, 403 or something. Those ones have the 10-inch ones, they have a home as well that they'll be joining shortly after I've, during the week when I get stuck into them. So yeah, footings are poured, 1.5 metres deep, 900 holes, 20 of the fucking things. That on its own took 21 cubic metres plus a little bit extra. Or no, it would have been close to 21 because I think they were about 6.9 per truckload. But win for the little Duralloy. Had to dig it out. The big gun. Fronius isn't dead, and I'm not using the MIG because you can't get enough bite in with the heat with the single phase MIG for the end plates. So I'm just using I was using the Fronius stick welder until, not this one, but the last one came off the fucking chains and landed on the cord and managed to crush both the 15 amp plug on the welder and the 15 amp plug on the extension cord. So until I put a couple of new plugs on, it's temporarily out of action. So we've gone to the little 10 amp Duralloy, the big dog. But yeah, the free, clear span trusses, not free ones, they're just under 14 metres long. You can't get them in that length, so they were 12 metre lengths plus a 2 metre length joined, and I've overlapped them so that this joint is here, the other joint is up the other end on the bottom. It's sleeved with a 65mm piece of, what would that be? A bit over a metre, I suppose, 1200. Because 65mm fits up the 75mm just nicely, especially 4mm, so that went whoop up there, joined them together. They gave me a good, nice thick weld. So yeah, got this one to do. Well, these last two, I can only do so much today because I've run out of pearl embracing cleats, which are those motherfuckers down there. I need another 10 because this is the far end truss section, so I need 5 for here and 5 for that one. So Should be a trip to Nolinga tomorrow to pick them up, and a few other bits and pieces and whatnot, and trip to Shep and get the paint and whatever else I need, and whilst I'm waiting for the post to turn up, I can at least start painting these motherfuckers after I finish dressing these ones.